Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to be with you this way. It is a cold day outside, so I hope you're doing something warm. You know, we live in a world that is increasingly trying to separate us into various categories, and even within the body of Christ, the world is trying to separate us into those that believe one way and those that believe another way. And I believe it's all designed to ultimately destroy the body of Christ. And the Apostle Paul asked an interesting question. He said, "Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword?" And then he goes on to talk about what he believes will separate us. You know, the apostles, the guys who followed Jesus around, on what had to be one of the darkest days of their lives. You know, Jesus had died on a cross. He had been laid in a tomb. Then the body was missing, and they didn't know what was going on. And Jesus appeared to them, and he looked at them and he said, "Do not be afraid. Go, tell your brothers that you've seen me, that I'm alive." You know what? Into this world that is just gone crazy, okay, let's just be honest, Jesus looks at every one of us and says, "Do not be afraid." He says, "I'm always with you. I'm not going anywhere." And Jesus says, you know, my death on the cross, well, that shows the depth of my love. And he says, his resurrection, well, that shows the depth of his power. Who can separate us from Christ? Nothing. No one. So in this world that just sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense, I encourage you to hang on to the fact that nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. And if we stay in the love of Christ, then nothing can separate us from each other. Hey, you keep loving Jesus. You keep loving the people around you. You keep reaching out to those around you. And we'll see you real soon.